The folly of kings is here. And the Maravale are still causing trouble. I had a nap. And I had supper. Supper wants to come back and visit. And I did actually wind up running another errand after my official stream. So that was fun. Alright. That being said, let's get back into it. Oh, yeah. We're gonna go watch the Great Company make some questionable choices. And pay the price for that. Let me grab the chat. Bring it on down. Okay, here we are. At the Enedwaith reflecting pool. And got our thing here. We've got enhancement runes. We got a tracery. We got housing decos, which is really funny because I don't have a house here on Angmar. And we got the LA reward track being a little bitch and annoying me. What was really, really stupid is I got that message yesterday when I logged in to do my gold rolls. Oh, to not do my... And it's like I hadn't even done any questing. I hadn't done anything to start the LI reward track. And it was like, oh my god, you got unclaimed rewards. And I hadn't even got any progress on it. It's like, I appreciate the message, but I think they should basically only kick it on once you're like in the last week of the track. So when the time remaining says 7 days, that's when they should start nagging us about it. I am HO, of course. But since we're here, let's claim this and get some HO script. Why? Because why not? Okay. Now that being said, let me grab this. And we're gonna hang on to that. Hang on to this, that, this, that, and the other. But if I don't have housing, why am I gonna keep the thing? Because I can, and maybe it'll come in handy somewhere else. Alright. Get rid of all that crap. And let's put stuff away. Unshored storage. Let's grab that. Sell those. Holly! Hi, Holly. What are you doing? We are very close to the limit on what I can shove in here. And honestly, most of it's crafting shit. Well, not even most of it. Some of it's crafting shit. There's some cosmetics. Most of it's just... I should just use all of this shit that I'm not using. Like, all of the VXP. Let me grab the pile of gold coins. We'll use those. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of VXP pots in here, but it's like, I don't really care about having my VXP maxed out on this character. I really don't. So, let me see what crafting crap I can shove in here. Looks like all of it. Alright. So, we are at the point where we are going to walk the Forsaken Road. Reading a cookbook from the library, trying to find new recipes. Ooh, okay. Sounds like fun. Tragedy is about to walk the Forsaken Road with us because somebody's going to make a questionable choice and he will pay for it.
Are you ready to depart for the Forsaken Road?
Many of your brethren have volunteered to come with us. They are eager to find some information that will aid Aragorn to see if there's some secret by which he can compel the Oathbreakers to fulfill their oath. Yeah, by being the heir of Isildur, that's how you do that shit. Let me double check something real quick before not that. Actually, it was that. Oh, I have to redo my shit. Yeah, forgot to reforce my shit. That's.
Are you ready to depart for the Forsaken Road?
Let's go.
We have come to walk the Forsaken Road, where a group of Oathbreakers sought to escape their curse. Is it possible that Aragorn might compel them to fulfill their oath? We seek to learn if it is so.
We're also going to have a little bit of an adventure tonight. I normally use a thumbstick to guide my characters around, but the thumb which guides the thumbstick has a band-aid on it. Thank you, Stormlost. Because Stormlost got me, like, right here. But this does not have as much traction as my actual thumb does, so... And yes, this is why I have a band-aid here, too. Stormlost got me there, too. I wasn't quick enough. Let's do this dramatic reading style. This is an evil place, and the dread of it lies like a cloud upon my limbs, and so cold, I should think I should never be warm again. This is the place of the dead, kept by them throughout the long years. Will they rally to Aragorn's cause? We must learn if it be so. Oh, scamper. I can also guide my characters with the trackball and holding down both left and right things. Cursed Maonir, we remember him, because he was in the, when the curse was broken. Who dares disturb this place? Who dares venture where only the dead may walk? The living may not pass. This road is not for you. Turn back. Turn back while you still have the power to do so. I do love the fact of that the Oathbreakers are this really deep blue. Oh, yeah. Britu being one of the other. There's 3 named dudes besides King Ryok. Mjolnir was on the betrayal one, and then Britu was one of the 2 who was with the king when Isildur was there. Yeah, don't go down there. Don't fall in. No, 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 no. Unwise. Cursed Britu. Unwise. Speaking of unwise, it's unwise of you to come here, Warmbloods. This place belongs to the dead who do not rest, and all your kind who stray here perish. Escape your curse, and you brought with these men with you. There's no escaping. You will never know the peace of death until you fulfill your oath. You command? Oh, he lost his patience. No, no, don't do it, Candice! Candice turn his back on him. No! We did something foolish. Where's Candice? Haven't I seen him? Well, about that. All that way.
We knew there would be hardship on our road, but to happen so soon.
Yeah.
Go to Coroner and tell him we are done with Sudragund and done with Nar.
Okay, it is time we made ready to leave once again, and I want every ranger ready to depart. We have lost too many of our number to foolish detours. Enough! Tell Coroner it is done. We ride at first light. I do not care what Nar may know or what Aragorn was afraid. I thought we could attain some secrets, some new wisdom that would be of use to Aragorn when we come at last to him in Rohan. But I was wrong. There's no secret weapon, no easy victory. Go to Coroner and tell him we're done. Alright, we're gonna get ourselves some shoulders. And they will definitely be an upgrade. You know, we'll lose some will though. But we'll gain some max power, which would be really nice. And then we'll get this pocket item, which I'm gonna hang on to, but I'm not gonna actually use because I'm still using an XP booster for my pocket item to level 75. Alrighty, let's go for a little ride up and down the hill. We are gonna go up and down the hill long enough till I get the title for going up and down the hill. So we're gonna do that a few times before we talk to Coroner. Or actually, yeah. We'll talk to Coroner first, and then we'll do the up and downy. And then we'll be soon on our way. in like 6 levels, we'll be ready to get a war steed. And we'll be able to ride a lot more quickly across the landscape. That is a lot of quests ahead of us, for sure. Oh, yeah. I'm actually half tempted to buy like a Valar for this character. Just to get her up to like the Arya. But I don't think they have Aryas. Hold on. Let me see what Valars they do have in the Locher store. Blessing, looks like you can only do the Blessing of the Valor, which is the level, which one is that? Yeah, this is the level 95 one. Honestly, the level 95 one kind of sucks. Yeah. It's not really worth. Even on sale, it's not really worth. I mean, getting the Steed to the Citadel's not. Getting a free horse and a few things, but in general, yeah. It ain't worth it. You know what? I just got myself turned around. Hold on. I got myself turned around and turned around again. That's what you get for stopping in the middle of the switchback. You forget which direction you're supposed to be going. And whether you're supposed to be going up or down the hill. And is up or down the hill actually up or down the hill?
I will follow Halbarad's orders, but I will not leave until I have some answers.
After the disaster of the Forsaken Road, I strode through the comb and cooked the ingredients for the strange-smelling brew. Frithgeir did not want to, but at the end I gave him no choice. He has brewed the drink and given it to Nar. Hurry, go now to Nar and ask him once again how he knows of the Oathbreakers. Ask him how he knows the words of Elrond concerning the paths of the dead. Ask him why my friends are dead. Go, we will leave Zidragun, but at first I want to know why all this had to happen. Oh, Nar! Hey, bud.
I did not know the words of Elrond were a secret. My friend knew of them.
And spoke at length concerning the futility of traversing the paths of the dead. He sees much that perhaps should remain hidden, it's true, but when he speaks of a thing, I confess it seems foolhardy to disagree or debate with him on it. He has a curious way about him, this friend I met in the mines. Thought it strange to see him there, but he said Herluf brought him down. But that's not. Herluf went south to Ziggle Jabal and hasn't been here for years. I wonder when he let my friend into the mines. Your friend?
Why, Saruman the White, of course. I thought you knew.
Uh-oh. He's long been a friend of my family, of course. He is the very wisest of the wise, it is said, and I agree. He finally notices your shocked expression. As you hastily explain Saruman's treachery, Nar waves a hand impatiently. There must have been some mistake. Saruman has always been a friend of the dwarves, and through the long years he has told us a great deal that would otherwise remain hidden. The wizard has not betrayed us. There must have been some mistake. You seem to think I've done something wrong, but I can tell you I certainly have not. What'd you tell him?
He was very interested in the Rangers, of course.
And in the Dunlendings who live nearby. He wanted any maps of cave systems and dwarf mines I could bring him from the library. He said he was trying to protect the Dunlendings from a massive gathering of Wuruks, and so he was. You saw the group that attacked us here. But Nar!
He never spoke of anyone called Aragorn to me.
He did speak occasionally of someone doing his work in the lands of Enedwaith, Dunland, and Rohan, but whether he was talking about the same person or more than one was never clear to me. It is not the place of this dwarf to question a wizard. So, Saruman is the one. Okay, so we got all the details of what we needed to know. Hashtag blame Saruman.
I cannot believe this. We have played right into Saruman's hands.
Okay, he's influenced our errand without our knowledge. This stage of our journey and this investigation into the mystery posed by Nar is over. Halbrand is right. The next stage of our journey will take us south into Dunland, likely towards war and danger, right beneath the shadow of our enemy. But it does not matter. What matters is that we journey. For good or ill, the Great Company will continue on its road. This detour means our enemy knows we are coming. We must hope he does not know why, but if he does, perhaps that knowledge will cause him to make a mistake or to make some error he will regret. Our friends have perished. Our hope for the future must not die with them. The Great Company will ride again, and soon. You'll come with us if you so wish to. Would not blame me for changing your mind, for the road will be hard. Alright, I'll grab that.
It is true. We don't know what we will find as we ride south. I look out over these lone lands and wonder what will happen to them when we have gone. But this is something we must do. Each of us has sworn an oath to Aragorn, our chieftain, and none of us will break that oath. We know the risks. None of us would join the Grey Company if we felt its errand was not important enough to brave those risks. For my part, I will not give in to fear of the unknown. We all have our role to play, and I hope only that when I have played mine, the world will have been better for my having been in it.
Oh, Cornir. Alright. So now we don't have a quest. I have acquired a cloak of Greenwood Echoes. Because you complete the Echoes of the Dead. And I also got Kendith's Shoulders, so put those on. But I have a new title. Yeah, you complete Volume 3 on a legendary world. You get an account-wide cosmetic cloak. You get a cloak here. You get a title, Noble and True. I'll wear that. I'll be noble and true for a while. And I got some Lojo points. And some VXP. VXP is always welcome. For sure, for sure, for sure. And now we can finally pick up Coronir's new quest. Where do we go from here?
We have delayed too long already. I am ready to go.
Return to Halbrand and Lonnock, and we will decide how best to proceed south into Dunland. We'll leave this place behind and none too soon. We have left early. We left with Kendith, my fallen brothers, and not without them. Yep, yep. So now is where I'm going to run up and down the hill a couple of times until the thing strikes that says we've done the thing. I think if I recall correctly, it's 5 up and 5 down. It used to be 10 up and 10 down, if I recall correctly. I could also be very wrong about this, you know. Alright. It's not Rivendell the bridge. Okay, so there's... it should be number 3? And I know some of you, like myself, have ridden war steeds up this path. That's always a little bit of a challenge mode, for sure. You can actually see some of the building progression on the game. The waterfalls that are currently being placed in the game are a bit cooler than those. Bit more realistic because Scenario and the other world builders have refined their craft over the years and years and years. Unfortunately, I haven't really had the opportunity to go back and revise a lot of the older places. You would not try a war steed? Well, the trick of the war steed is just basically not hold down the gas. You know, you gotta feather the gas a bit. Okay. Yay, Master of Stairs, we did it. I'm the Mistress of Stairs as well. But I'm gonna wear the Noble and True title for a little while. Of course, the quick way out of here is to leap off the thing. And then you wake up over in the, Horse riding tends to give you a headache. Oh, yeah. That can be hard. And so it's 20 of 20, but... I don't know how it counted the 20 of 20, because I did not go up or down, 20 times. Or combined upsy and downsy for 20 times. It just, no, it didn't happen. It's definitely going to be an early night for me because I have to get up early tomorrow morning. Probably they didn't update the number on the deed when they updated the deed. Because I have to work Sunshine Moot. The moot itself starts at 9 o'clock, which is the time that my work on my work days normally starts. But I have to be ready to run the Zoom call, be live on that a half hour before the actual moot starts. And I honestly have been flagging a lot this week, taking naps wherever I can. And I did, I got a little bit of a nap this afternoon. Very little nap. I almost canceled the stream, but I had made such a big deal on the official channel that I was going to be streaming tonight, that I felt really bad about not streaming tonight. And also, last night, I had fun. I did actually play DDO with my friend, which is really nice. But it meant that the WoW ranty about the Collector's Edition stream happened really super late. You can catch the VOD on that. It's uploading to YouTube now. Go away, leave me alone. The TLDR is they haven't even gotten my Collector's Edition box off the loading dock or wherever the hell it is. It never left. Never got picked up by FedEx. And I don't know where it is. They haven't bothered to send me a refund. They haven't bothered to apologize. They just said, you know, you should be understanding that there's shipping delays. And I'm like, fuck there is. You had since November to plan around this. And all they've literally done is say we were going to escalate it. And that here's your shipping fees refunded back to you. That's all they have done so far. And they've only replied to me twice and sent me 3 surveys. How do we do on your resolution? The first 2 times I was polite and did not actually hit the button to give the rep a poor rating. But at this point, they've had an opportunity to try to resolve it or to make things better, and they haven't done that, so I hit the button. So that last... But the stupid thing is, because there wasn't an email to which the survey was attached, I don't even know if anybody's gonna get gigged for that. I don't know. Knowing my luck, it'll be like the time where, when I was working at Time Warner Cable, somehow the automated QA system flagged my extension for a call that I never received, and they couldn't prove that I received the call. Like, they had no records of this call. All they had was the survey attached to my extension, and the survey was a poor one. So they said, well, this person gave you a 0, so you get a 0. And I'm like, where's the call recording? Listen to the call, because if you could appeal the thing, and if you can prove that the customer hit the wrong button on the phone or whatever, then you could get that overturned. But they were like, there's no recording, so there's nothing we can do about it. And I'm like, well, in fairness, then if you can't prove that I did poorly on a call, then I shouldn't get gigged for it. And they still gigged me anyway, because that brought my average down to where I was not, like, they have like level bands. Like, if you score X amount in average, then you get this, and then, you know, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it brought me down from the top tier down to the second tier. Yeah, it's kind of like that. So some poor soul at Blizzard gear support might actually get themselves a poor rating, and they can't prove that that actually happened. My supervisor at the time was an unmitigated bitch and a self-confessed tyrant. She basically said, what I say goes. This way it is in my house. And I'm like, haven't your kids, like, smacked you yet, lady? And she was just a bitch. And I hated being on her team. Like, the company policy said that if you have a doctor's note, that, you know, you could get time off with a doctor's note, and I had the doctor's note, and she still counted it against me. Even though she, according to the policy, she wasn't supposed to. She did anyway because she was a bitch. So those are the sort of examples as to why I try not to return the favor to poor customer support schlubs who are getting paid far too less for the bullshit they have to put up with. And I would like to point out, I did not cuss at any single time during the interactions I had in my emails with them. I was a little salty, but I didn't call anybody names. I didn't use any cuss words. I think the strongest word I used in there was stupid, and that was in reference to their stupid system that sent out this survey or whatever. So I wasn't even talking about a person.
Coronir is right. This delay has been costly.
What you say is true, and Saruman does know of our errand. We travel from hardship into even greater peril. And yet we must not despair or turn from our road, for our brethren will have fallen for naught. He sighs, his brow creased with worry. There are 2 paths we could take into Dunland, and I propose that we split into smaller groups and travel each of these paths. We're less likely to be noticed as we cross into Dunland. Prestadir and Bragiar have scouted our options. Speak with them to hear of the 2 roads that we might use to enter Dunland.
Trumdrang is a forested land, where shadows pool in the hollows between the hills.
As I scouted ahead, I saw emblems and totems of a horned stag, but few people. They are likely to be on the edges of conflict in Dunland, though if it be by their choice or by necessity, I did not discover. You're welcome to come with my group into Trumdrang, and we will learn the truth of it. The only reason to go into Trumdrang is to do the Huntsman storyline, and I don't feel like doing the Huntsman storyline on this character. Plus, that's what I did last time.
The Bone Vales are dusty and barren, and its people are tough, like coffin nails.
Okay, there are few souls in the Bone Vales, few eyes to watch our passage. Caution must be our watchword, stealth our constant companion. My group would welcome your presence.
Trumdrang is a forested land, where shadows pool in the hollows between the hills. Which road do you wish to take into Dunland? Each will have its dangers.
Make your choice and tell Bragiar or Prestadir which group you will follow. Bragiar if you wish to go through Trumdrang, or Prestadir if you go through the Bone Vales. We're going to talk with Prestadir.
I'm glad you have chosen to accompany my group into the Bone Vales.
The road will be dangerous to use your abilities. We will be mostly in the open and exposed unless we are careful to stay in the shadow of the cliffs. We will not travel by the road. I will meet up with you just west of the road as it enters Dunland. Let us be off at once. We can assess what awaits us once we cross into the Bone Vales. We're gonna get a ring. And we're gonna replace the Orc Hunter's ring. Neria is still leveling up with us a little bit longer, so we'll keep that going. Alright, let's go to the Bone Vales. You try to do both sides? Yeah. The last time I did this quest line, I did the Trumdrang version. I generally will go back and do the other one, the other quests, if I'm gonna do a completionist run. Like, my main over on Peregrine has done both sides. Has done all the quests in the entire area. So, yeah. I'm gonna actually probably start going back and doing the catch-up completionist with her. Now that she's completed the epic story. I kind of want to get back to doing all the old quests on that character. We've gotten most of Eriador done, other than, like, the Angle of Mythithol, and, I think we did Yondershire. No, we did the Wildwood. I may not have completed the Yondershire. Maybe? I don't remember now. And a much belated good evening to Kevin. I don't know where she is. Storm lost! Generally, if I call out to her, she'll come visit. Storm lost! I see Mama Cat, and I see Scamper Cat. But I don't see a storm lost. She now has meds in the fridge, aka a sedative. And she is going to hate my guts because next Saturday at about 10:30 in the morning, I'm going to squirt her with a syringe in her mouth to give her a liquid sedative so that when I take her to the vet to get her second round of blood work, to see if things have gotten better since last month. That it is then hopefully going to be safe for her to be put under anesthesia to get her lady parts snipped out. Oh, they get started up a half hour early. Wow. Trying to decide playing Guardian or Mini. Well, do you want to shout at things? Or do you want to shout at things and hit them with a big honkin' hammer or sword? Oh, there's something else I can talk to you about. With reference to Lotro, by the way. Lotro is hiring an associate designer. And they just rehired one of their top flight devs over on the DDO side. So that's pretty fucking exciting. Let me see. Let me read the job thing. Design opportunities. Oh. Well, they must have already filled it because it ain't here no mo. Wow. They're still searching for a creative director for Dark Paw Games. Basically, does anybody want to run EverQuest? They're also looking for a director of brand marketing in San Diego. So that'd be like Snipes' boss. Snipes being the brand marketing person for Standing Stone, who handles both games. But yeah, that was fast. They must have got like a shit ton of applications for that. But other than that, they have couple of jobs open in Texas, one in Renton, Washington, and that's the QA lead for Magic the Gathering Online. And their QA analyst for Magic the Gathering Online is based out of San Diego, which is weird. But living in San Diego, your salary is going to be $14 to $17 per hour. So, yeah. So it's kind of nice that Standing Stone is getting a couple more butts in the seats to help with things. And having Quentin, any jobs in Canada? No. Basically, Standing Stone, because it's a Daybreak thing, Daybreak only has opportunities. You have to live in a place that Daybreak has a studio. So, San Diego, Texas, in Austin, Texas, Washington State. Some of the jobs that aren't Standing Stone related, you can be in New York State. But Standing Stone ones have Massachusetts and New Hampshire included as well as to approved locations. So theoretically, if you lived in Texas, you could work for Standing Stone. And I'll be honest, the only reason I didn't get into Standing Stone, the one time I applied for customer service, this was back before they moved customer service to be under Daybreak's umbrella, so CS is all handled out of San Diego. And I'll be honest, I am not a fan of Daybreak's customer service. Though right now, the customer service company that I'm most pissed off at is Blizzard's, because, hello. I will be staying out of the US. You are a very wise person to stay out of the US right now. It is a fucking dumpster fire. Just to put things in perspective, I couldn't talk politics on the official channel, but I can talk a little politics here because it's my channel. The last time I put gas in my car, it was almost less than $2 a gallon. It was $3.49 this afternoon when I went to the grocery store. And my understanding is it was something well less than $3 a gallon last week. Why couldn't that motherfucker have waited until after PAX East to do this shit? Or, you know, just not do it at all. Pardon me.
We have crossed over into the Bone Vales.
Need to know what the situation is and what threats could endanger this leg of our quest. Bloodhound here tells a tale of mysterious happenings. You should hear him out and do as he says. He will need allies in this. Oh, we will need allies. Once you've aided Bloodhound and his friends, he can meet up in a hidden valley to the south. It will be the perfect location to which the scout twisting ways of the Bone Vales. Travel ahead and meet me at the camp there.
Many foul things dwell in the shadows. I fear wolves will be the least of our troubles.
See, this is not an epic quest. So I don't need to do that guy's quest. I can just go meet Prestideer at the new location. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Because I want to actually advance to where I'm not killing underlevel mobs all the damn time. Ooh, Kalinard scarred. Oh. Oh, hold on. That's not what I need. I need to go back and start, I need to go... Druid has a thought. And I can't do that one either, can I? Nope. Alright, we're gonna actually do this. I'm gonna do call an audible. And I am going to ride to, gonna ride to Galtriv. Would I choose high for Guardian or Mini? Choose high? What? Huh? I mean, I enjoy either class. I mean, there's nothing wrong with either class as far as I'm concerned. Oh, gonna roll die. I suppose. Or just flip a coin or do 1d2. Now 1 is Guardian, 2 is Mini, and whatever 1d2 rolls to. Or even you just roll 1d4 if you got a d4 handy. Or if you got, you know, just a standard 6-sided die. Odds are Guardian, evens are Mini, and then roll from there. Oh my cat, what are you doing? We haven't talked to our Halbrad yet. We will soon. Ruthless Tom, the White Hand Guard. Let's get the stable master first. Wrong way to the stable master. This is us making
I have
our
not
life.
seen your kind before.
Yeah, I'm a devotee. Yeah, don't worry about me. I'm harmless. Two, therefore, going mini on Peregrine.
Drugavar and Kunanoon hunt at night.
Yes, they do. Alrighty. Let's start with the basics, though. Already know that. Oh, I can't use these yet. I need Westfold Scholar. Duh. Okay. Let's get some Kuzdul, tattered Kuzdul parchments. We're just gonna grab everything under Forester. And everything under Scholar. Okay. Actually, let me look in my own thing. Apparently, I haven't been keeping crafting mats in here. Okay. Okie dokie. We can do... I've got to make a crap ton of arid Lewin blue dye using my universal ingredient packs. Hell yeah, we're gonna do that. Ooh, we'll get 70 out of this. This will be nice. Oh, it's a crafting XP bonus weekend too. Hell yeah. And then we can make some of those. Broken dwarf statues? Oh, that's an old one. So we get, yeah, we're gonna get a lot, but we still need to, I'm still gonna need to go back, I think, and yeah, I think I'm gonna need to go back and get some more rune cover tablets. Ever tried Reason? Chocolate covered caramels? If I have, it's been a very long time. Well, I'm almost there with the Ilex, but we're still gonna have to go back and get more. The one I think we'll be fine with will be the will be the Calinard. Can I taste the cocoa powder and the chocolate layer, but at least it's a thin layer on a large caramel? Oh. Okay, we did pretty well there. So we do need to go back and farm up some more mats before we continue our epic quest.
The Uch requires us to give welcome to the Duvoriad.
No, thank you. Alright. Log of Ilex. We're gonna hang on to that. Ilex boards. Can't do anything with Kalinard hides just yet. Can't do anything with the birch. Ancient silver. Did I not have that available? Oh, that was under the master tier.
The Uch requires us to give welcome to the Duvoriad.
Kalinard Skarn. High grade Kalinard Skarn. Gondorian Parchment, Westfold. Ugh. All the Westfold stuff. Hang on to this. We can actually, I can't, well, I can sell it, but it won't let, it probably will. Put that in there. I got Erlu and Ludai. Let's do this. Okay, we're going back to the earlier zone because I do want to go farming crafting mats for a little bit. What is my favorite instrument on the mini? For combat, the drum, the bodhran, because it's the least obnoxious. For playing, the lute, because you just do so much with the lute. I also need to get off my ass and add Stormlost merch. I want to make a new Stormlost Twitch emote that's Stormlost as the adult kitten, the adult kitty she's turning into. Is that Stormlost? Oh, that's Mama Cat. It was really funny. Stormlost was curled up. She wasn't curled up. She was basically being a loaf on the chair right there. And Mama Cat wanted to curl up on the chair. It's one of Mama's favorite places to snooze. One of her other favorite places to snooze is in the windowsill. And she also likes to just lie there and just look out and watch things in the neighborhood, even at night. And the other day, while Stormlost was on the chair, minding her own beeswax, Mama Cat jumps up onto the chair, sees Stormlost there, and is like, well, little Bint, you're in my spot. I'm going to sit right on top of you. And basically sat herself right down on top of Stormlost. And not just like all of Stormlost, just basically, well, Stormlost's head in front half is in my way, so I'm just going to plop my butt right down on top of her. And Stormlost was like, what the fuck? And got off from under her and then hopped off the chair and went to curl up someplace else. It was funny. Because one of the things Stormlost is a little bit of a bully. She likes to chase the other cats around the house. And they do not much appreciate it, I must say. And so... I'm going to turn on... Searching for... Wait, that's... Yeah, artifacts. Because I do want to start searching for... I need some... I basically need all 3 main materials. I also need some... Well, wood will get me where I need to go, right? Is that a banded coffer? No, it's a Sage's lockbox. I do need one of those. We're gonna go to all the ruins and see if we can find some Sage lockboxes. And on the way, we'll grab some Ilex branches and some Skarn deposits if we can get to them. And try to avoid fighting 5 million things on the way. I mean, yeah, it'll be nice. We don't need a lot of Skarn, be quite fair. Oh man, my thumb is killing me. Alright, what do we got here? Oh, we got lots of Sage's lockboxes going on here. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Ooh, there's some Ilex. We need that. Oh, we got the broken amulet. Oh, we get to bring it to Minsham. Okay, we'll take it to Minsham. What I'm probably actually going to do, I might do this tomorrow, is work on the stuff. Puddle of vile liquid. No, we're not going to do that. Because, of course, scholar mats tend to wind up being in ruins and shit. Oh, sure. I didn't think there was something up there, and now that I see the blue arrow, there is something up there. I should have just blown through these guys up here. Can I go this way around? Aha. I can be sneaky. Oh wait, that's up there. Alright. Oh shit. Yeah, that happened. Okay, is that other guy? Well, the other guy's dead, so let me get myself back up. Okay, let's go. There, kiss my ass! I need to turn my thing back on. Okay, that was not what I was trying to do. Meow. I'm stealing your shit. Going for a cup of tea. Let's see. I still need to study to do that. Alright, alright. Oh, we're gonna go sliding down this hill, though. Though I do wonder if there's any stuff up there in Ostundhof. I imagine there are. A sorrowful shade. Oh, we need the Ilex. Let's grab that. The whole of Sanctuary. It looks really cool. Not gonna lie, it looks really, really cool. Well, that was not the correct way to go. Let's see if some of these respawn by now. Kind of tea did you get? What kind of tea? Is it hot? Do you know that's the only way to get Earl Grey is tea Earl Grey hot. Just like Captain Picard. Alright boys, let's go. Alright, in order to get this, we're gonna have to hit all three of these guys. Let's do it. God, I love that so much. That is so fun! Had to reheat the rest of the pot. Okay, there you go. I generally don't drink tea unless I'm in England, obviously, which hasn't happened for a number of years. Or it's a situation where it's cold and or I have a cold and a sore throat, in which case I get tea and put a shit ton of honey in it. You don't drink coffee, but you love your tea? Yeah. I prefer tea over coffee any day of the week. I'll drink coffee if I have to, if it's what's there. But in general, it's not my preference either. Alright, we're gonna start heading to the crafting hall up in Lanark and turn this quest into Mincham. think we need some more ilex, though.
Our hope lies in secrecy, but we find these lands inhabited. The minions of Orthanc are growing stronger in these lands.
Because I know where Lud is, because we just saw him. Let's put wood as our thing. See if we can get a couple more ilex things. You have some ginger cardamom, black tea for a cold, spiced rooibos, Earl Grey, orange pekoe, and lemon herbal tea bags. I don't know what kind of teas I have. I know I have some chai left over. From the last time. I think it's vanilla chai, which is not my favorite, but it's chai. And I might have some celestial seasonings, something other somewhere. Oh, I think I've had a good proper British tea in a while. You picked up some carrot cake ice cream today. I did not pick up any ice cream today. I did pick up some milk because last week I picked up some special dark and now I forgot to get the milk, so. But I still have some chocolate chip ice cream in the freezer. All right, let's get a workbench going for our foresty stuff. Yeah, we're not going to get enough with just that, though. What we can do, though, is we can take, get some lumps of wax and take some of our glazed leathers, and make some finished magnificent leathers. Oh no, we're gonna take the brush ones and get some wax and make them into glazed. Alright, we'll do that. Let's get some wax. from the supplier.
You are ill-equipped to venture into these lands.
Thanks for sharing. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah. Excuse me, nice old lady. Oh, we can make solid ilex boards. Let me make those. Oh, missed it by one? Okay, we're gonna make these 20 over here. There we are. Now we can farm and use the birch that we've got. Ugh. Sweet. And now we can... Where's the study? One thing I really despise about crafting in Lotro is how many times they encourage you to process all of your tier 1 stuff into the tier 2 and then the tier... But you need some of the tier 2 stuff and some of the tier 1 stuff to make the tier 3 stuff. It's so... In a lot of recipes are like... Oh, you need the unpolished gemstone, and you already polished all your damn gemstones. I fucking hate that. Alright, first of all, let me now go get those things, I guess. Weaponsmith, scholar, that's mine. I apparently already know that. Oh, I got a random purple. Purple. Yeah, that's kind of neat. And it's unbound. That'll be good for an offhand. Okay, so let me... Yawn is what I'm gonna do. Oh wait, I'm gonna use these down here. Ooh, light oil recipe. And I got like one of those and one of those. How many of these did I get? Purple enamel, yes. Westfold Book of the Whisper Draw, yes. Book of the Wind Rider, yes. Ooh, a Celebrant salve. Well, it'd have been nice to have the Ethelus salve. Okay. But now that we've got that, I can now go to her.
Sleep often escapes me, for the night shadows bring fear.
So what you're telling me is you're a chicken shit. She only goes up to Scholar Tier 5. That's a Skittish! Skittish is meowing! Why is Skittish meowing? Oh, I can turn these into a tome. You got me 120 right there. I can make myself a pocket item. Alright, let me sell stuff. Okay, so we got that one. We got that one. Let me go back and talk to the... Why are you meowing? Meow. Who am I looking for? She's the expert scholar lady. There's the cook. There's the tailor, the woodworker, the jeweler. I'm looking for... I'm not looking for anything. So I'm not a production person other than on my scholar. I don't know if this is not going to be enough. Alright, let's put the Scarn on tap. We'll go out hunting some Scarn on the way south. No free code for this, right? God, they brought... Yeah, I was surprised they brought the DDO one back, I'll be honest. But no free code for Lotro right now. However, Lotro's anniversary is next month, so maybe they'll bring one back for that. Late next month. I was actually surprised, especially since Cordo even said that they weren't likely to bring a code back because they just did a code over Christmas. So I was a little bit surprised about that, but not unhappy. And the Mysterious Remnants boost. And free gold rolls for VIPs until April 7th in DDO. That's hot. The funny thing is, I already ran my gold rolls for today, so I didn't even know there were gold rolls. Or that they were free ones. Unfortunately, I didn't get to roll my gold rolls during that brief period when they had double gold rolls. Or double rolls. Where they accidentally turned on the wrong bonus. Oops. Look at the skies. Alright, before we head across the border over into the Bone Vales, let's do a little bit more farming because we need some more skarn to turn into metal. You gotta throw the horns, you're talking about metal. See, in Locho, half-orcs are bad guys. No matter what. Sure, when I'm not looking for Skarn, I stumble over it every 5 feet. If I am looking for it, it's never... Even with the tracker on, it's like, oh, where's this Skarn? I don't know. Go away, you Burke. There was Skarn, but it was Kalinard Skarn. It's the next tier up. And I can't mine that yet. I need 112 points in the current tier before I can get some more. Oh my god, I am so tired. How much Skarn do I have now? 12. It's gonna make 6. 6 times 8. Not enough. I swear to God. I was stumbling over Skarn all over the place. As soon as I turned the tracker on, though, the Skarn has vanished. You bastard. I'm gonna go back to the main road. Math when you're slightly cold and tired is a no-go. Yeah. Math is not my forte either, but you kind of learn to do a little bit of counting when you're crafting in Locho, because you have to figure out how many skarn you need to tier up. You always have to divide by 2. Or rather, multiply by 2. Oh, this one's a rich one. I honestly don't know if I'm going to be able to make it another hour and change, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try. I just know that I am super duper tired. But I said I'd be streaming some Locho and seeing how the Grey Company makes some questionable choices. We've already lost Candaith and a few other rangers. You like math? Alright. I'm not a big fan of math. That's probably why I don't... One of the reasons why D&D and I don't really get along that much. Yeah, I guess it also depends on the DM. I love my current DM. He's pretty fun. But he's spending... I think his biggest failing is that he spends so much time world building and not really enough time letting us get into the action. I think that's the biggest complaint I would have. And also, every single round takes forever to get through because he's describing things in so much detail. I've streamed Locho, so if you don't need to do a full stream time, yeah, there's that. Ooh, hold on. Oh. Nope, Scamper was not having it. Well, the thing is, I won't be able to stream tomorrow night. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be too tired to stream. So, that's why I wanted to stream the second time today to get it, to feel like I put in something. There's also... I am trying to put in some good time to, you know, for the content creator program. If I get, you know, I don't want to just be skipping all the time. Because one thing about the Locho side of things is I won't be able to rely on just my official Locho stream stuff. Like on the DDO side, they're a little bit more slack about it, even though, to be quite honest, most of the top tier DDO streamers are doing way better than the Locho streamers. True story. Like the top 2 DDO streamers, which is Voodoo Spice and Strimtom, easily pull in like 100 people. Hi, Road Racer. I'm not stressed about it, it's just I'm just a little tired. Though to be fair, working tomorrow is not like work. The main difficulty for me is that I'm not a morning person. And they expect me to be up in the morning. Alright, how much stuff do I have? 33. That should be enough for what we need. We needed 112. So 33 times 8 should get us more than what we need. And we'll have breaks and whatnot tomorrow during the thing. I keep going into this one. Why? And also the other thing I keep doing here is I keep forgetting these are just portals you run through. They're not doors that you need to open. Wait. Oh, we came here for the forestry stuff. Or no, for the mining stuff. Yeah, we weren't messing with that right now. Ooh, we barely made it. Okay, and now we can do the Kalinard ore that we had from before. And start the process on that one. What's on the mannequins this round? I have this outfit, actually. It's one of my favorites. I haven't worn it in a long time. Over on Peregrine anyway. That one's a nice one. It dyes pretty well if I recall correctly. And of course a raggedy old dwarf outfit. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, let's clear our bag slots. I'm actually just gonna chuck that out. Wasn't I selling these? Why did I not sell them? Because I forgot to, that's why. Cook goes there, that goes there. Put this in the main folder. And so now I have all 5 pieces of my Fem set from Angmar, which does me no good because you can't sell them, and unless you want them for cosmetics, they're just gonna clog up your bank spaces. I mean, they're okay, but there's no reason for me to keep them. Absolutely none. So I'm going to free up 5 more bank spaces. That looks a lot better. Alright, let's keep going. And what's going on in the world right now? I find it useless in about 1 to 2 levels. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Okay, now let's take a look at... That's not what I wanted. We're gonna go there, but we also need to go here. One of the things I'm probably gonna do while I'm working tomorrow is filling out, replying to the emails I've gotten so far for content creation at PAX East. I fully expect, considering PAX East is like 3 weeks away, that they're probably gonna post the RSVP for the Standing Stone meetup there. So if you can get your ass to Boston... I believe they're looking at either Friday or Saturday of the weekend of the 26th, 7th, 28th, 29th. That's when PAX East is. And they're going to do their usual meetup. I'm trying to convince Corey to show up. He's going to be in town that weekend for once. The past couple of years he was out of town for PAX weekend, so he couldn't attend. But I think it would be fun if he could attend a PAX East meetup. Alright, we gotta kick these guys' asses. This is the only place where it can be. Or it can only come from the condemned warriors. Aha! And now we gotta go to Lud, who's in the Hall of Sanctuary.
Leave us alone, and we will leave you in peace.
Yeah, we're not gonna bother with the rest of that, because I want to actually get on to the next bit of content. The next bit of the epic, because part of the thing is I wanted to get caught up on the epic so that I could start, you know, getting more opportunities to have the shades and shit show up. Why, I don't know. They tend to kick my ass. Squirrel! And now $5 will get you 10. That as soon as I cross over into where it should show the next tier of crafting mats, there aren't going to be any. See, there was like a bit, a coffer here. This is still the old set, the Sages one. Now we can start getting the banded coffers. And this is a really good place to farm them in normal circumstances. You see the blue arrows all over the place. What's taters, precious? Got him. I tend to put the scholar mat tracker on more than the other two because the scarn is pretty easy to see. The branch is a little less so. Enough that. But the scholar nodes are generally the hardest to see. I'm the slayer of the dead. Is this one down there? Yep, there it is. Are we gonna let ourselves fall off the cliff to get to it? Yes, we are. hitting things with lightning. It's just so much fun. How do you know I'm a high elf? How do you know these things? Hidden Valley? Is there a ranch here?
How can I be of service?
I never even went to Harndirian.
The people of the Bone Vales could be valuable allies against the dangers in the south.
Double check. Will.
The people of the Bone Vales are in need of our help.
Help them! And then go talk to Halbarad. You can actually just go straight to Halbarad right now. You don't need to help these people. If you feel guilty about it, though, you can help these people. Do I feel guilty about it? Not particularly, no. We will do this quest because it will get us a little bit of XP, and we'll have an opportunity to go do a little bit of mining, a little bit of maybe picking up some crafting mats. See? Birch branches. Right here. Rude! I got a cracked Rehelbach symbol. So I don't even know what those are used for. Hey, other player. Are they still... See, that's the thing, is I knew they were used to make LIs back in the old days, but I didn't know that they could still make LIs. And also that they could still drop. What's really funny is occasionally I see a request from somebody in the official Discord asking about the old blemish symbols of Celebrimbor and of the Elder King, because they want to make a cosmetic version of some of those old LIs that you can't get anymore, and you had to already have the crafting recipe from the old guild system. They really just need to bring those damn recipes back. Change their things. change the requirements to make, change the requirements to acquire, and just let people make the weapons cosmetically. Quite frankly, here's a couple things they need to do. Number 1, bring back all the special old LI tracks. We are on track 17 now, aren't we? 17? Track 17. We have gotten absolutely nothing from the old tracks to come back at all. And this includes things like Hobbit dances. By the way, I'm directly responsible for the Hobbit dance coming back. Not it being in the LI reward track, but the fact that shortly after MVP got hired, or I think when he had gotten promoted out of QA and into design, I was like, can you go find this Hobbit dance? And he's like, what Hobbit dance? And I told him about it, and he found it in like 5 minutes in the game files. 5 goddamn minutes. And then they immediately put it in the LRR track. But you could only have gotten it on 1 character per server. And they could make Boku bucks just to, you know, get those into players' hands. Because people want those. People will spend real money on that shit. It's literally money being left on the table. So these are the Skarn deposits you saw earlier, but these are the tier that I needed to be on the Westfold tier in order to start using. Unlike in WoW, one of the things I noticed about WoW when I started going through and I saw like the refulgent copper nodes in Eversong Woods, even though I hadn't trained Midnight Mining, I could still farm them. And that was kind of neat. But Lotro doesn't do it that way. Alright, let's go turn in this quest. When it comes to reward tracks, it really depends. If I really want what's in the track, those, you know, those special 25, 50, 75, 100. If I really want any of those, then I will go do what I need to do to get it done. If I don't really care, then either I'll only go as far as I want to on them. He's gonna get me. He only almost got me. Because I didn't manage to summon my, my pet, my temp pet. Since the reward tracks have been interesting, I've been playing low-level characters, so they don't, you don't actually get stuff from the thing. There.
Do not speak the names of evil things, for you will call them.
Chicken shit. Alright, we're not going to deal your second quest there, buddy boy. I'm going to go back to the main drag. One thing that I find fascinating, by the way, about Lotro and DDO is the fact that there are people who don't understand the idea of playing casually like we do. They're like, but, hello, indigo plant. Hold on, I gotta get the indigo plant. It's required. Kill him! With the resub for 79 months! I was up late last night, and obviously you were as well, because you knew that I was streaming late last night. It would have been nice. I always appreciate you stopping by. I don't want to guilt trip or nothing, but you're always welcome to say hi. And I don't mind that you know, that you hang out in Devilor's channel, because he's good people. I'm gonna go watch him once I'm done with this. But I'll be honest, some of the roleplay, it's like the same characters they play on other servers. It's like, okay. It's not really my jam all that much, but I still try to keep an eye on chat. Make sure no one's been stupid. But with Lore Chat, he's generally faster on the ban button than I am, so. And by the way, I'm gonna tell a secret. You were on Pacific time, you just happened to look, it goes streamers before I went to bed, so I'm streaming. Well, you could turn on notifications. I miss you, that's all. So I'm being a little snarky bitch right now. Being a little bit of a snarky bitch. Oh, I should tell you. I got an invitation to visit my favorite kitty cat on the way home from PAX East, and I didn't have to ask to do it. Just saying. Maybe I'll get to meet his girlfriend this time around. That would be nice. I'll get to meet the new kitty too. His girlfriend's kitty cat. Alright, let's go talk to Halberad. And by the way, I don't know if you've been looking in Discord, Killum, but have you seen the pictures of Stormlost? My god, she is such a fucking floof. She is such a fucking floof. Her tail is like a freaking, her tail is like a feather duster. I don't know where she is, actually. She's probably curl up sleeping somewhere. You bastard. This really is the best place to just farm for banded coffers. Bar none. They are so adorable. I was so surprised to get a picture of Noodle. You motherfucker. I legit thought it was Skittish who normally sneaks up onto the chair with Mama and Scamper. Or at least just Mama. I've never actually gotten a picture or seen Skittish curled up with just Scamper. Mama Cat always has to be there. Mama and Scamper sleeping together was so precious, I know! I legit thought that was Skittish, and then, because Skittish is Skittish, I carefully reached over. It looked like she was gonna bolt, but then as soon as I started petting her, I was like, wait a minute, you're not Skittish. You were too tiny for that. It was Noodle. Though I think Stormlost is now bigger than Noodle. And not just Floofwise. I mean, Floofwise, she's definitely bigger. Because she's a medium hair cat. Whereas Noodle is a short hair. But yeah, it was Noodle, and she let me pet her, and food wasn't involved. So Scamper has an appointment with the vet next Saturday to get a second attempt at blood work. Well, technically this is the third try. She already had the blood work done the first time. But they were concerned about some of her levels, so they wanted to try again later. Man, I love that so much. And so they said come back in a month. But because Storm Lost is so spicy, she needs a sedative before she goes to the vet. You mother of her. So after I got her, the first time we tried this, so the way it worked is I took her to the vet the first time, and she was so spicy they could not get the blood work, the samples done. They couldn't get the blood draw done. So I got sent home in shame, and with a sedative, and they said give her the sedative 2 hours before you bring her in next time, and they've got to reschedule. And so since we know that she needs the sedative, I went and picked up that this afternoon after my Locho stream. And so next week, I'm going to get up at 10:30, squirt the gunk into her mouth. She's going to hate it. On the other hand, apparently it's a lot nicer than the pills. I thought it was a liquid they could put in like wet gushy food, but no, it's actually pills that you have to crumble up or whatever. And so the cats realize what it is. So no, it's nothing wrong per se. There's a couple of causes for concern. One of them is there's a slight possibility that she could get renal failure because of the anesthetic, a very slight possibility. So, like they said, the number needed to be 15, and it was 17, and so they were like, it's not too high, but it's a little bit. But the other figure was definitely more of a concern, but they figured it could be temporarily spiked, and so they figured if we give her like another month, it might settle down.
Passage of the bone veils went well? Good. I want to know if Saruman's promises have already taken hold here.
Alright, let's go talk to the people in the lower village and see who's going to try to kick my ass.
You do not belong in this land. You are not welcome.
And if they're not happy with the numbers this time around, then she just won't get her snip snip, and I'll just have to deal with her, you know, being an adult cat.
You want to know what is happening in these lands?
Alrighty, take it easy. like one of the three and they'll tell you about these lands. Speaking of Mari, look, Mari's right here. Why is Mari crying? You need to fix that, kill him. Not your Mari. Fair. Common name. Alright, let's get into a fight with somebody.
This land belongs to the Ox clan. You will not leave here alive.
By the way, kill him. There's a free quest code in DDO before you go. Just to go to the anniversary page. And that voice actor has done voice work for DDO as well. You bastard. Yeah. I'm being greedy and keeping you here. It's like a Midwest farewell. You tell somebody, oh, I gotta go. And it's time for me to go. I'll see you. Talk to you later. And then you talk for another 15 minutes. Because that's how you roll in the Midwest. What's really funny, for those of you who are sticking around, is anytime, this reminds me of a, the tavern songs you hear in Bree and whatnot. That many times when the DDO streamer Strim Tom is doing a DDO build video, he has Ribbon or Bree music in the background. It's actually really funny. It's like, why are you playing the music from the Prancing Pony? Why are you playing music from the Why are you playing music?
I did not think to see you again, Devoriad, but I was wrong, yeah?
All right.
Even the folk of Galtrib are put to work to further the wizard's aims.
And here we start getting the really kick-ass Dunlanding cosmetic outfits. This is one of my favorites right here. That version's also really good. It's sadly the one that I have to pick. Is the terrible one. Though this one's also one of my favorites. All right, let's go kick some ass. I also need to decide what I'm gonna have for supper tomorrow night. This is a good little place to farm, because these dudes, they're not really difficult. And these corpses and other such nodes respawn pretty quickly. Find the pond to throw the axes into. And yeet 'em! Now, to be fair, this isn't a very deep pond. Let's be honest. This is not a very deep pond. You might be like, why is this piece of music familiar? Oh, it's in Frostbluff. It's also in Tor Morva. We're starting to wind down our evening. I will be on DDO stream tomorrow from... Not tomorrow. Bleh. Why do I keep thinking it's Saturday? I will not be streaming tomorrow after Moot. Unless I feel not tired. I might just take the night off. Because I did 2 streams today. I will be on DDO stream on Sunday at my usual time, which is 8 in the evening. Monday I'll be back here playing more DDO. And then Thursday should be my next stream after that.
You caused some trouble out there, I trust, huh?
I did.
Good.
Let's go burn some damn wood piles. Oh, I need to get the torch first. Bring water! That was a very loud sound. Magical Liopleurodon. Somebody got the name Magical? So that loud sound effect is the water. Yeah, don't fall off of that. Not recommended.
Wonderful, wonderful. Oh, you are a treat, my new friend. The clans of Dunland have a proud history, and none prouder than the Falcon.
Okay. We're supposed to move on to Talmethedorus. Okay, what do we got? Some new gloves. We're supposed to go. Oh, I think we'll just do the ride over there. I think we'll just do the ride to Talmethedorus. There's a couple of ways to do it. You can ride out the gate up here. You can ride down the hills that way. Ride out the gate down there. We're gonna take this path this time around. Through the upper village where the Ox clan thinks they know best and thinks they are the best of the best of the best with honors, sir. Though I wonder about this card a little bit. It looks a little too fine for them, honestly. The wood doesn't look the same reddish color as everything else. This is often the way the Hobbit runs would go. Because aren't too many mobs up here. Off the fan. I'm gonna turn on the wood choppy one because we had a long run through the bone veils. I think we're kind of behind on the birch branches for a little bit. What we'll wind up doing is going to talk to Wenda Cranesbill shortly after the stream.
You're welcome here, as long as you don't trouble us.
And since I have the swift travel to Galtreb, I will be pretty set for a while.
That old woman is always sending us help, but the help is never what we need.
Alright.
I will bring you and your people to Tormova to speak with the Brenin.
But you promised
Word
me
reached us, even in Enedwaith, that the Falcon clan stood against Saruman. But will a common enemy serve to unite us as friends?
What you want, Penrod? Did they give him a little bit of a glow up? Give him a promotion. That's what's gonna happen. Wizard sent an emissary to buy our loyalties. Let's have him locked in the dungeon. Well, we are agreed on that. You're not telling lies. He cares not for Dunland. Yeah, that he's not lying. Okay, on that one, you are not lying, but you're, yeah. You're not telling the truth. Oh.
For my part, I am glad to have your help. Even the falcon cannot stand alone.
I love this voice actor for the simple fact that he plays a specific role in the Mist of Ravenloft expansion in DDO.
If it took only courage to win battles against wizards, this would be done already.
Alright. And suddenly, everybody is schlepping.
Are there any fighting techniques in the north worth knowing? I think not.
Thanks, Cindy Robinson.
I am not afraid of you.
Man, I can barely hit you.
How will you handle one of our more experienced fighters, I wonder?
Someone has been sneaking around the far shore of the lake at night.
Someone's been snooping.
Tanning is a complex and lengthy process, but so is the business of war.
Gotta kill an ox.
You think you can defeat me?
That's what you get. Hi, Golidir.
The clans that have agreed to follow Saruman deserve no mercy.
I am getting the yawnies. Couple more minutes. I think we'll go up to Mare and turn in the fighting quest, and I think there's a third tier of the fighting quest. We'll do that, and then we'll chill. And notice, by the way, that Tor Morva is a converted Gondorian site. Yep, all the stuff up there, Gondorian. I think these are not Gondorian at all. Very different construction.
Perhaps you do have things to teach us in the ways of combat. There may be value in the martial training you can provide for us after all.
Okay, and then we'll get ourselves a sword. That will definitely be an upgrade.
Prepare yourself.
Oh, I have to go fight Moston as well. I'm noticing that the Falcon Clan is basically just sitting on their hands.
I doubt there is anything in the north we have not seen in Dunland. I will not lead you false. For my part, there are 3 too many elves in Tutmorva.
Oh, racist SOB, are you? I'm gonna turn in this quest with Mare and then call it a night. Appreciate y'all hanging out and watching. Again, I'll be on DDO stream Sunday night. And back here Monday evening. And I'll have DDO points to give away. I'm just saying. Right.
Thank you for sparring with Mostun and Gainor. Let Saruman tremble.
Alright, let him tremble and fear me. It's a tracery. And we'll put a sword in. Alright, it's time to go. Be good. If you can't be good, be good at it. I will hope to see you at a future stream. Alright, bye now.